Okay, so I just wanted to make a video about my recent analysis. And here on May 4th, I posted this double top on USDT. I feel like if you're trading crypto, watching USDT can give you a huge edge. And if you just chart this like any other thing, and then when it's going down, you can expect when this USDT dominance is going down, that means money is flowing out of USDT, the stable coin, and into crypto coins. So when it goes down, you're expecting crypto price to go up. But if it goes up, you're expecting crypto to go down. So I identified a double top on the 1 hour time frame on May 4th, and then I here this is what we call a bearish retest, where this 711 level is the neckline of this double top, and it came down, bounced off this 6.5 Fibonacci level, and then it retested here at 711. So I was really looking for it to come down to 693, and the way I got that target was, I'll pull it back up on the 1 hour. So essentially, I just kind of grabbed the highest point in the double top and dragged it down to the neckline. And then I moved that to the breakout point, which is about here. So it's a little off. Maybe I used a little lower, but you can see it's pretty much in that exact range. So if I go back to that, see, these were the key levels that we were watching: 711, 713, 709, and 706, just initially on May 4th. And then we can see that it kind of hovered around 711, and then we got a rejection, a bounce off that 705 level, pretty much another rejection at 711, and then we finally came down on Friday to the 693 level. And then at this point, this is where you're looking for, at this point, your cryptos are going up, and once it got here, I'm looking for pullbacks over the crypto market. And you can see we got a bounce, and it's just been up ever since. So what are we looking for next? Let me zoom out a bit. I'll go ahead and get rid of this now. It's no longer helpful. I will keep these zones, the 711, and I want to pull over the Fibonacci. Did I delete it? Okay, yeah, I accidentally deleted it. So Control Z will get you back all your things. Quick little tip. If you delete something, Control Z will undo that. So let me pull this over. Let me get the top of it. 818. Let's slide that over. So you can see right here, this 751 is the next level we're looking to break to the upside. If I pull up some of my other indicators, stochastic RSI and regular RSI, see that we're trending a little high up here, but we're under the moving average on the RSI, so we could be looking for a pullback. And this would be green for crypto. So, I mean, right now we're kind of just trading in a range. So the way that I used this last week was I traded Ether on top of this. So at the same time that I posted this, I also posted this Ethereum chart. And initially when I saw it, it was down here. And this is an inverse cup and handle pattern, which is a bearish pattern. But just because it's bearish doesn't mean you're going to go bearish. And just being objective at all times, the best time to get into a bullish trade is at the bottom of a pattern on a bearish setup. because you can pretty much have an extremely tight stop loss, maybe like 5%, or I mean, literally at the bottom of this trend line, it dropped not even $6 or $7 from the bottom. So I actually bought here around 878, and I rode it all the way up to 1927, just using this pattern being at the bottom of a bearish pattern and having the 200 MA as support. Also, the stochastic RSI is pretty low. If it's down here, you can kind of consider that a buy signal, as well as RSI. When it crosses 50, you're looking for an uptrend. So soon after posting, well, soon after I got the trade, got soon after I got in the trade, stochastic RSI started trending up and RSI started trending up. And if we hit the play button, I actually got a nice little run, ran up to over 2,000, and then we came down. So another thing that I like to watch is the apex of this pattern. So I feel like this kind of becomes its own zone right here. So if I just go to the chart now, Ethereum. If we drew a straight line here, we would see that it broke out, and then the moment it came down, you got a big red candle. The moment it crossed back down, big red candle. And this coincides with USDT. So this is around May 7th. Let's do May 7th, 1900. So you can see it's the same bounce actually, off the 200 moving average. Similar trade that I entered the Ether long on. It's the same idea, 200 moving average, and your RSI is above 50. So you're looking for an uptrend. And then that's a bullish retest of the 711 zone that I initially identified as the neckline of the double top. So that's what I was, the two trades that I made in crypto last week. I actually got a 30% off of this. So now I'm really waiting until Wednesday. I feel like we'll get a big move once the CPI numbers comes out Wednesday at 8:30. The next thing that I looked at was Apple and Riot. Actually, I was trading Riot at the same time. My strategy just includes, it's called a sympathy play, that stocks like Riot or Coin and Mara, they move the same way that crypto is moving. So if I'm expecting crypto to go down, then I'm also expecting Coin, Mara, and Riot to go down. And I noticed Ethereum and Riot look pretty similar. This kind of inverse cup and handle pattern. So I actually got into a Riot call down here, same idea, bottom of the pattern, even though it's a bearish pattern. I got into a call here, and then it ran up and filled this gap. So that was another pretty good trade that I made. And then after it filled this gap, we moved to the downside. Let's see. I have some analysis here that I posted in all the Discord groups that I'm in. Shout out to BWSO, Lawrence. Shout out to SLS, Bees. So I posted the trade idea here in Riot back on the 4th. So this was an older play, but calls above 10.7 and puts below 10.7. Talked about the unfilled gap overhead that it went and filled up, and then it was a full moon on that Friday. So full moon is also can be a bullish indicator. So this is exactly what I was talking about. Currently in a bearish pattern, but at the bottom of the trend line. So it's an ideal entry for going long, as long as it's over 10.7. And then today, it pretty much opened at 10.7 and then continued to fall. So opened at 1080 this morning, fell, got a bounce, and then this is pretty much a bearish retest of that 1080 zone that it opened at, and then it continued to fall. So we have earnings tomorrow. We'll see what happens. I'm not really looking forward to anything, but right now it does look like it might bounce up. You had some bullish price action at the end of the day. And this was a support level that I did identify. 1035 is the last level of support. So right now, I'm probably looking for rejection around $11 if we do get a run up. But earnings very hard to predict. So after Riot, I was looking at Apple, and that was a trade that I made today. On Apple, I actually made two trades on Apple. The first one I lost, and the second one I did get 20%. But this was pretty much what I was looking at. I identified 173 as a key zone, and I put my stop loss just above the 21 moving average. And I was looking for a clean rejection off of 173. Also realized that one of the things that I do is get in trades a little early. So, like I said, I took two trades. I lost the first one. If I go to Apple now, I can show you it ran right up to my stop loss, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. You can't be afraid to trade. You just have to take the trade. Taking losses is part of it. As long as you manage your risk, you're fine. And I kind of, I mean, it's very easy to get mad when you see price action come right up to your stop and then doesn't go above it. But I actually, since I'm so used to this happening, I took a trade as soon as I was stopped out. And I made a 20% move off of this. As soon as I was stopped out here, I got right back in, and then I took profit here because I already knew what kind of day it was looking like. So at 10:30, I was pretty much done trading, just because this is all it really did. So yeah, that's just a quick overview of my recent trades.